So, you just got invited to your first Chuseok gathering in Korea. And that's amazing. It's a real honor. But, let's be honest, it can feel like you're stepping into a family story mid-chapter. So today, we're going to build a simple playbook for navigating that visit, what to wear, what to bring, and how to leave a really warm, positive impression. Let's make sure you're the guest that everyone's excited to see again.
And let's start with the most important rule of all. This is it. This is your core philosophy. You don't need to be some kind of cultural expert. You just need to be a pleasant guest. This one idea, it's going to relieve about 90% of the pressure. I promise.
So what does it actually mean to be easy to host? Well, it's not about being perfect. It's about lowering the stress for your host during what is a really busy family holiday. Your goal is just to be a low-drama, warm, and respectful presence in their home. Simple as that.
And that goal breaks down into 3 pretty simple principles. First, just project a warm energy. Second, be observant. Let your host kind of guide you on when to sit, when to eat, and when it's time to go. And third, if you're ever unsure about something, always choose the simpler, quieter option. It almost never fails.
All right, section 2. Before you even walk out the door, you have 2 big decisions to make. What you're going to bring as a gift and what you're going to wear so you feel comfortable and appropriate.
This is the classic guest dilemma, right? You want to show you appreciate the invitation, but you definitely don't want to create an awkward moment. The key is to choose a gift that lowers the social friction, not something that creates more of it.
Okay, so these are your 3 safest zones. You really can't go wrong here. Premium fruit is a classic choice, especially if you're meeting elders or grandparents. Quality snacks, like a nice box of cookies or some tea, are perfect for a more casual visit. And practical sets, like cooking oils or something similar, are a really thoughtful nod to a host who's putting in the work to prepare a whole meal.
And just as important is what to avoid. You probably want to steer clear of personal things like perfume or skincare. And this is a big one. Don't over-gift. A really expensive present can actually create an uncomfortable sense of obligation for the host. Remember, the goal here is respect, not some kind of transaction.
Now for your outfit. The secret dress code is basically being family photo ready. What's that mean? Well, think a modest top, bottoms that are comfortable enough for sitting on the floor, because you very well might be, and clean socks. That's a must, since you'll almost certainly be taking your shoes off. Just think neat, calm, and comfortable.
Okay, let's move to probably the most critical part of the visit, the arrival. These first moments, they really set the tone for everything that follows, from how long you should stay to how you say hello. First thing, timing. If it's a casual, stop by kind of invitation, this 45 to 90-minute window is your sweet spot. It shows you're sincere, but it also respects that the family has a really busy schedule. The goal is to avoid staying so long that you become part of the furniture. Right when you get to the door, your first action is super simple. Just look down at the entryway. If you see a line of shoes there, that's your cue. Take yours off. This one tiny observation prevents that classic, super awkward moment right at the threshold.
Once you're inside, the greeting sequence is key. Your first priority is to greet the elders. Look for the oldest person in the room, or maybe the person that everyone else seems to be oriented towards. A simple, slight bow in their direction is a really clear signal of respect.
And here it is. This is the one phrase that will serve you so well. 안녕하세요. 추석 잘 보내세요. It just means, hello, have a good Chuseok. It's polite, it's pretty easy to pronounce, and it works in just about every situation. A warm smile will do the rest of the work. Now, here's a single, high-leverage move that prevents so much potential awkwardness. The 2 hands rule. Whenever you hand over your gift, or when someone offers you a drink, use both hands. It's like a social safety feature that communicates respect and attention without you having to say a single word.
Okay, you've made it inside. Now for the main events. Navigating the conversation and the dinner table with a little bit of grace.
This is such a helpful way to think about it. You want to keep your conversation in those safe lanes. Talk about the delicious food, maybe share a small, nice detail about your hometown, or compliment their home. Just sidestep the big, heavy topics. Politics, money, personal timelines. A family holiday is just not the time for a debate. So what happens if you get asked a kind of prying personal question, like about marriage or something? This is where the warm and vague superpower comes in. Just give a small, positive answer like, oh, we're just taking things step by step.
Thank them for caring, and then this is the key, redirect the conversation. Ask something like, "How is Chuseok when you were younger?" It turns the spotlight away beautifully.
At the table, your best skill is just quiet adaptability. Let your host show you where to sit. Try at least one bite of a new dish. It's a great way to show you appreciate the effort. And a key point to remember, avoid sticking your chopsticks upright in your rice, because it can resemble ritual offerings. Oh, and if you're offered more food than you can eat, a gentle, just a little, thank you, is so much softer than a flat no.
All good visits have to come to an end. So let's look at how to leave cleanly and really reinforce that positive impression you've worked so hard to create.
Your exit line is actually crucial. You want something that shows appreciation but also acknowledges their busy day. This phrase right here is perfect. "I had a really nice time. I'll let you get back to your family schedule." It gives them permission to relax without feeling like they're trying to push you out the door. And here we go, a quick-fire round to summarize what we've learned. These are the common mistakes you just want to sidestep. Don't correct someone's English. Don't post photos of the family without asking first. And please, please don't linger in the doorway when you leave. A clean exit is a kind exit.
If you remember just one thing from this whole explainer, please make it this. This simple copy and paste text message is your ultimate cheat code. It turns all your guesswork into clear answers, and most importantly, it shows the host that your #1 priority is being considerate of their time and their effort.
And that brings us to our final thought. The real takeaway here isn't about Chuseok-specific rules, really. It's about a mindset. The principle of being easy to host, of focusing on reducing stress for other people in an unfamiliar environment, well, that's a skill you can take with you anywhere, from a new job to meeting any new group of people. What a powerful idea to carry forward, right?